everyone and welcome to Stage Masters Live. My name is Francois Spannenburg and today it's part 2 for the topic work ethic. So now we're going to talk about work ethic with the audience. It's pretty important. I know that in previous videos I have talked about the right way to engage the audience, but we did not talk about engaging the audience when we're not on stage. So when is the right moment to actually go and talk with your audience when you're not on stage? Many of you are going to think about the break in between two sets, and you're going to be perfectly right. But why not taking it a little bit earlier? Why not doing it prior to the show? I know a band in the US, and they have a fantastic attitude, I think. What they do is that actually after they have set up the stage and everything, etc., when the audience comes in, they're going to mingle with the audience, and they're just going to have a drink, a beer or something like that, and they're going to start to talk with the people, talk about anything, like the same way that you go to a bar and you go you order a pint or something, and then you're going to start to talk with the guy next to you or the girl next to you, and so they talk, and then when it's time to go on stage, they just leave. The people they were chatting with couldn't believe that they were the band members. They were like, how is it possible that those guys are so approachable and so nice? I had no idea it was part of the band, etc., etc. That's the kind of feedback they were getting back, and so they have shared it with people like me and plenty of others. So I think that is truly the right way to start your evening. Because one thing is important is to treat your audience right in order to build the super fans. The super fans are the guys which are crucial to your career. Why? Because when you have made a super fan, this super fan is going to do most of your hard work for you. Normally, you need to do a lot of public relation, you need to promote yourself, you need to advertise yourself, you need to do all sorts of things. And super fans in general are some passionate people about music, and they are highly connected, and they will do that work for you. They will promote you in all their network, they will download your songs, they maybe even buy merchandising. The super fans are really the people who want to be involved into the life of your band. They will want to know everything about the band members, where you play, etc. They will come from one gig to another. Those people are highly valuable. So if you treat them right, they will do this very difficult work for you. This is a huge asset. If you talk about a career, if you are planning on finding a label, if you're planning on getting distributed, if you're planning on doing those things really seriously the right way, or to set up your own label, whatever, the super fans, you want a lot of them, a lot. And you build them one by one. So actually starting the evening by simply mingling in the crowd, talking with the people, and giving a great impression, or at least you will give a great impression to the people just like this at the first talk. And then when they see you on stage, they will be like, wow, it's amazing. First, I love what they do, but I love them, they are so nice people, etc. Then during the break, indeed, in between two sets, you go also to mingle the crowd, you talk with them, ask them what they think, etc. You know that the audience is going to be your best feedback ever. Ask them what they liked, what they did not like, what they would have done differently. It's not just like you don't need to make a survey with them. It's not like it's not that extreme. But when they talk to you, take all these details, take all this information, use it as data to make things better. Get as much feedback as you can from your audience. That's a dog that is not exactly happy, apparently. Okay. So in Brazil, the dogs, they are very talkative here. So as I said, take as much feedback as you can from your audience, and it's just absolutely valuable. And in terms, again, of work ethic, it is fantastic. What is better than an audience that loves you and respects you for what you can do, not only as a musician but as a person, when you offer them a certain closeness in terms of work ethic? It's brilliant. It's just perfect. And after the show, same thing. Again, if you are, for example, selling CDs or doing autographs in between two sets, you might have a very defined time to do that. Don't try to skip people one after the other very quickly to sign as many as you can in a hurry, because that's not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is to take the time to talk to each and every one. Of course, you won't have the time to handle everyone that way, clearly. So in that case, you know what? You just say, okay, sorry for all the ones who could not sign anything right now, or who couldn't get a signature, sorry. At the end of the show, we'll be available and we can talk to each and every one of you. So at the end of the show, be available. Be available. Be there for them. You know, even if it takes you 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, you don't care, but be there. That's the moment where you actually build your real business, because you create your super fans, and that is fantastic. That's the moment that you are looking for. So please do that. And you might think like, yeah, come on, not all the artists are spending their time like signing for everyone, etc. Okay, if you are very famous, very popular, you're a star or something like that, no, things change, because you cannot speak to 3,000 people, sign 3,000 signatures. That's not going to work like that. But people watching those videos are not people who are super famous. For the moment, those videos actually make them to help people create their fan base. So I assume that when you're actually listening to that, you are among those people who want to create fan base but don't have it yet. And at that time, you don't have 3,000 people that want you to sign their CD or their merchandising. You're gonna have, if you have a few hundred, it's great. It probably is gonna be just like a dozen at the beginning. But no matter how many people you have, it doesn't matter. Just be there, because that's the moment where you're gonna build this fan base. And when you have the big fan base and you become super popular, keep in touch with the super fans. Not all the fans are super fans, but the super fans are the ones who are working for you. They should almost be part of your team in some sort of ways. So treat them right. And like this, you're going to grow your network through them. Okay? So that's a good work ethic as well, because it shows that you respect people, you care about them, etc. Now the second part of it would be, that's what Warren asked me to talk about, is mostly for cover bands. It is about taking requests from the audience. When to take the request, when not to, and how to, if you can't play their song, still acknowledge them. That would be the three things I want to describe here. So I personally do not play a lot with bands who accept audience requests. I used to do that with my former French band, which I played with for 8 years. That was the first band I created. And we were taking requests when we could, not always. And so the way to go about it would be, if you can play their song, if the song that they ask you to play is in your repertoire, you don't have any reason to tell them no, not really. What might happen is that you have decided to build your set on a very specific dynamics to bring your audience from one point to the other in a way that you have planned. In that case, you're not going to just change it to implement a new song. With this I can understand. So if it's in your repertoire, my way to do so would be to tell them, listen, I have this song, we want to play it, but not on this set. It's going to be on that set. So just stick around, we'll play it. If they can't stay until that late, it can happen. At least you've done your best, right? And that's the most important. If you can't play their song because they are not in your set list, you can simply apologize and sorry, we don't know how to play the songs, etc. But if you want to try to make them happy, what I would do is to show them my set list. Say, okay, we don't play that song, but we have a set list with several songs, so just check it out. If there's one that you like in particular, we can play it for you. You just give me your name, and I'll make sure that we'll play this song for you. That's good enough. They will love you for that. So they will decide, oh no, either they can decide, no, now there's no song that, but it's okay, thank you anyway, and everybody's happy. Or they say, oh yeah, I love this song, Highway to Hell, whatever it is, and that's it. Then you've made people happy again. That's the way I would go about it. Now there's another thing that exists. There are some bands which are built on a certain concept, which is just about asking requests. But the whole concept is based on that. So for those bands, I've played with one band like that in the Netherlands. It was a one-off show with them, but it's absolutely incredible to see how much they know, how many songs they have in their repertoire. I mean, they know about 600 to 700 songs. They know all the hits of nowadays, the hits of the past, and there was not one single song that has been requested that they could not play, which is absolutely fabulous for me, because most of the bands, they have like 50 to 60 songs, and they're gonna work on those songs, and that's it. And if it's in the repertoire, great. If it's not in the repertoire, too bad for the request. Seriously, when you know like 600 to 700 songs, that is already very seasoned musicians. You know, you need to be great musicians for that, because it means that they have worked on those songs so well, or they are so good musicians that no matter what songs pops out, they will know how to play together. And that's why I say you need to be seasoned musicians already, because you need to have like a lot of experience and know already what you're doing, so that you don't need to rehearse constantly those songs, but you know that you will be able to play together just because you know the songs and you're good enough to be able to make it work and fit. So that's pretty incredible. And when I played with them, I remember that they started the show by doing their own things. When I say their own things, not like their own songs, it was still covers, but they were doing what they had programmed to play. And then after, they had a female singer. She was taking the request one by one, and then boom, the band would play it, and it was just fabulous because it was so smooth. There was no time, like of hesitation. So the person who was saying the title could have been Meatloaf, could have been Lady Gaga, could have been ABBA, could have been AC/DC. Whatever was coming up, they were playing it. Like Jerry Lee Lewis. So there was like a female singer, there was guitar, bass, drums, there was also a keyboard player, and there was also a trumpet player. And so they could reproduce horn sections, they could reproduce all sorts of things. So any kind of band would have been coverable, let's say. And well, very impressive. So if you're into that thing, it's work, but it's great. It's impressive. Anyway, for work ethic, but in their case, there's no need of work ethic on that, because they will take any request and they will simply please the audience. But for, as I explained earlier, for the ones who have a repertoire with like 50, 60 songs, even 100, just try to please them as maximum as you can. And if you don't have the song ready on that set, tell them to wait for the set where it's going to be played, or show them your set list and ask them to choose one song that you're going to play for them. You're going to make everyone happy. And again, even if you're not looking for super fans, if you're a cover band, having fans is always something good, because if you can fill up a venue, you get more gigs. It's basically like that. Okay, so that's it for work ethic. Warren, I hope you have all the info you need, and if you need something else, just let me know. All of you, if you have any requests, do not hesitate to ask me, either through my website, stagemasterslive.com, or you can also ask me via Facebook if you have me on your Facebook, or by my email that you can find also on my website. Do not hesitate to contact me and ask for requests. I'll do it with pleasure. The next video is going to be the video I was supposed to record before those two ones. Is going to be about unpredictability. Alright, thank you very much for following those videos, and enjoy this one. See you very soon. Cheers, bye bye.